Alright. September 2016. This day I'll never forget because that was a day where my school almost had a school shooting but did not. And in that day, it was the most tragic, terrifying day of my life. That we were all locked down for almost 2 hours without knowing anything, but it was during the morning time, and in those 15 minutes, the teacher receives an email of why we were in a lockdown, and the email said that we were in a lockdown because there was a student who was carrying a gun in their backpack. And for that, we all were terrified. We didn't know where the student was until the students were telling us because they were using their phones, which we're not supposed to. But during this reason, they were telling us that the student was in the library, and it was kind of a little sigh of relief because our classroom is pretty far from where the library is. It's the other side of the building, and that for that moment we were a little relieved, but we do feel like we worried about our friends that are in the library with that student, and it was a really, really not good sign, really bad feeling ever, and that for our school, I'm really thankful that we caught that person before shooting school because of the gun that was in the backpack. He was ready to start shooting, but thankfully the police officers caught him before it even happened. And that I'm a good, reliable source because I've been through it, kind of just a lockdown that's really terrifying. But I felt like it was a school shooting. Many of you have seen the news that there were so many school shootings in our lives in high school, and it was pretty upsetting that how these students could have access to these guns and why they're doing it. And I was like that at first too, before my incident happened. I was upset how, and really feeling like my school won't do it. My school's not anything like that. But when it happened, it's the least you expected is your school to happen. And so the gun control is not easy to talk about for pros, the cons, and the solutions there are to preventing school shootings in the United States. So the first pro of gun control in the United States, Journal of Espinosa Luigi and Laura L. Finley, said particularly in the wake of Sandy Hook Elementary School's shooting in Newtown, which have many regard as a tipping point, calls for stricter gun control and seem popular more than ever. So Sandy Hook Elementary School is the greatest shooting ever, most shooting ever during the time in my high school, and it's elementary students, in which we didn't want to see elementary students to go that suffer because they are so innocent, and why would anybody want to shoot innocent children? And that day it probably truly has opened so many eyes. And in the following source says November 2019, Congressional Digest said that aftermath of 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting in Newtown, the House approves an enhancement of background check act to have a gun safety measures. So like I said, that many people opened their eyes for when Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting happened, that they want the future not to have the same thing as it happened during that time frame. And it's the really, really sad feeling to see so many innocent children dying just for no reason. Next will be the cons of the gun control. Journal of Hugh Michael said, "We then find that within the United States area with stricter guns laws and lower gun ownership rates tend to have a higher crime rates." So for this, since gun owners won't have any guns, it's more easier to take vulnerable or easier to take granted of for them to kill them, because there are these criminals who just wants to take everything, and there's no way for citizens to protect themselves. that they think that we all need a gun just to protect ourselves and our families. On November 18, 2017, positivenegativeffects.com said, gun control violates the Constitution rights. And in a Constitution rights, we have the right to bear arms. And what that means is that we have the right to have a gun in our home or with us to public or anything. But many gun owners is like, if you're violating the law, you should go to jail. So they were saying like, why should we go against the Constitution rights if we know it's the law and it what makes every citizen equal? Finally, the solution for gun control to prevent any school shootings would be, according to Jones Jeffrey M., after the Parkland tragedy, the state of Florida passed the gun control measures as part of its school safety legislations, and including a ban on bump stocks and increase of legal age purchase to rifles and shotguns. So the state of Florida did the right thing to ban certain guns that are really dangerous for anybody to have within their household. And that for the legal age to rise is that it would be harder to purchase a gun now than it is back then. And that if you have like a safe case, it would be less likely that students or younger children will have access to it. Another solution for a gun control is that we have the power to vote. And the great thing about that is that if you're 18 and older, you have the right to vote. And to vote for gun control is the greatest thing to have, so we don't have any more of these school shootings to occur in future notice. And the final solution is that we can use other items to protect ourselves other than guns. We can use household items, for example, a frying pan, a metal water bottle, pepper spray, or perfume, kitchen spray, or like right now currently we can use like the defect spray because it's pretty strong. And in conclusion, gun control for pro, con, and a solution to prevent any school shootings is it's a little hard to talk about because it's the little tragedies that happen. But with all this information that I have given you, hopefully that you can understand that we do need some type of gun violence to have in the United States because our system of guns is not as strong as it used to be, or is not as strong as now. We need better safety for students. And for me, I'm just like upset that we don't have that change right now, but we do need a better change for the future to have better safety for anybody in general. Help me to change the future so that many students wouldn't have to go through the tragedies as I did back when I was in high school.